Grade 6 students, let's move to the next chapter of Robinson Crusoe. In the previous chapter, we saw about his pets, his clothes, and him baking bread. His life continued the same way, staying alone on this island for the next many years, almost 11 years. His skills improved. He was better in making pots and baskets. He was also finishing up with his gunpowder. So he started, instead of killing goats, he started making a goat trap and started trapping the goats. But he wouldn't kill them all. Okay, he tamed them and made a goat farm. He made a fence around in a land and started taming many of the goats. With them, he could have not only meat but also milk. Let's look at the next slide. Here there are some of the important pictures from the chapter. You can pause this video and have a look at these pictures. Apart from this, in this chapter, he also describes about himself and his family. In his family, now there was him and his parrot, Pole, a dog who was very old by now, and two cats. How he describes himself is he wore a large hat made up of goat skin, which was hanging behind to keep his neck away from sun and rain. He made a short trouser and a goat skin jacket. He had long hair and wore a white belt which carried a small saw and an axe on his left arm and two bags carrying gunpowder. On his back he carried a basket and on shoulder a gun over his head and a large goatskin umbrella. One day, quite far from his house, he was surprised to see a footprint of a man on the shore. He stood still. He was so frightened. He looked around him but couldn't find anyone. He was so scared that while going towards his home, he looked behind every 2 and 3 steps, imagining that somebody is following him. He could not sleep the whole night, but later he persuaded himself, he convinced himself, okay, this was nothing but was his own footprints. He did not leave house out of fear for the next 3-4 days, but later he knew he was running out of food and he also had to take care of his goats in the farmhouse. So he left his house. Later, after a few days, he did come back to the place where he saw footprints and he measured the footprints and he was shocked to see that the footprints on the sand was much bigger than his own foot. Again, he was scared with fever. He started shivering and imagining horrible things. But later he convinced himself that there were probably other people living on nearby island who would come on this particular island on boat to visit sometimes. Let's continue with the next chapter, Cannibals. Robinson now knew that people occasionally would come to his island, so he made sure his house was safe. He built another wall outside his house and also separated his goats. It was now common for Robinson to see footprints. He knew natives fought in the sea and the winner would kill and eat their prisoners on this island. They were called cannibals, the one who eats other humans' flesh. Once moving around the island, Robinson also saw the place where the feast had taken place. There was fire in the middle and human bodies and bones, flesh lying around. He was so angry that he wanted to kill all the cannibals, and then he started preparing himself. Soon he was now completely prepared to attack these cannibals. After waiting for many months, few men came in their canoes for having a feast. While they were enjoying one of the prisoners, another prisoner ran towards the direction of Robinson's home. He was very fast, but he was followed only by 3 men. Robinson was happy to see only 3 men chasing the prisoner, and he decided to save him. Soon the prisoner quickly crossed the stream, and out of three, only two men followed him now. Suddenly, Robinson came in between them. On one side, there was the prisoner who was running away, whom Robinson made some hand signals so not to worry and come near him. And on the other side were the two people who were chasing this prisoner. Out of the 2 men, Robinson hit one of the man on his head and he shot the other. The prisoner, whom Robinson was making signs to come near him, now understood his sign. He came slowly, he was still frightened. Walked slowly towards Robinson, knelt down before him after every 10 to 12 steps to show that he would be Robinson's servant for all rest of his life. Robinson now had a friend and a servant with him. Dear students, this was the gist of a summary of both the chapters. Please read the chapter from your textbooks again, and please complete the practice book exercises. Any questions, please feel free to ask me. This is Teacher Deepa. Thank you for your time.